Well, I've worked for United Way my whole life, over 30 years, so I've worked on human service issues a lot, but I was a member of the White House Council on Faith-Based and Community Partnerships, and President Obama asked that group to work on human trafficking. And I initially thought, this is not our issue. We're education, income, and health, but the more I learned about it, 20 million people around the world living in slavery, either forced sex trade or forced labor. It's present in every state in the country. You can't be United Way and not focus on it. The numbers were overwhelming and compelling to me.
It challenged a lot of the stereotypes that even I had, thinking this is just something that happens in Eastern Europe or just something that happens in Thailand. It turns out this is an American problem. And that this is happening to girls, boys, men and women that are both US citizens and foreign citizens, and it's happening in every community around our country. And so just to hear the stories of young girls that are, as we said today, raped for profit, that they might be considered that they were the criminals, that somehow they were at fault. We need to really change our understanding about how these young people, not always young people, but oftentimes very young people that are being exploited in this way, and that these are Americans. This is happening right here in our communities and towns, and so we need to be about the business of stopping it and making that become an American responsibility to stop this.
As soft as it sounds to some, we have to normalize this issue. People don't know about it, and I compare it to the AIDS crisis in the late 70s, early 80s, when it was a group of advocates working on AIDS, and it was becoming a huge issue, but local government didn't fund it, United Ways didn't fund response to the AIDS crisis. You have to build awareness around the scale of this trafficking issue. And that means that getting local United Ways involved, we're getting businesses involved. UPS is a great example of funding us to train local United Ways and nonprofit agencies like Boys and Girls Clubs and WISE to be looking for signs of trafficking. You got to get people talking about this at home, at work, and then institutions like United Way and city government and others will start paying attention to it, and that policy will follow that.
One of the things that United Way brings to the table, I think, is this incredible convening power, that we're able to bring different people from across the movement together to look at this issue, both labor trafficking, sex trafficking, the international impacts and the domestic impacts. So a lot of the work that we've tried to do is a coalition building, bringing together the anti-trafficking players so that we can be a more powerful advocates for the solutions that we're supporting, but also bringing other folks to the table that maybe hadn't been working on this issue before, the Boys and Girls Clubs, the YMCA, the YWCA, really activating community level partners and national nonprofits and business partners to make this become a more normative issue and to get more people at the table to promote solutions.